The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't wanna be sad. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you say how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so alive. The papyrus.
Hello and welcome to the Papyrus TV News Update. First, the headlines. Senator Abba Moro launches foreign scholarship for indigent students in Benue South. Zulum warns Borno is losing ground to Boko Haram as terrorists overrun communities, kill civilians and soldiers. PDP's zonal secretary claims assassination plot. Peter Obi offers solution to Trump's trade tariffs. Shiite movement accuses police of killing protesters. APC chieftain alleges plot to discredit suspended Governor Fubara. Kwara lawmaker celebrates Reverend COS Fawenu on birthday. The details. In a bold stride towards educational empowerment, Senator Abba Patrick Moro, the minority leader of the Senate and representative of Benue South Senatorial District, has announced a foreign scholarship initiative aimed at supporting 50 indigent students from the district's 9 local government areas. The scholarship program, set to commence in the September-October 2025 academic session, is designed to ease the financial burdens that often hinder access to quality education for low-income families. The comprehensive program will offer full scholarships for high-demand courses across science, technology, engineering, and economics, giving selected students the opportunity to study abroad and build careers in globally relevant fields. The courses include nursing, aeronautical and astronautical engineering, computer science and technology, mechanical engineering, biomedical engineering, cyberspace science and technology, and international economics and trade, among others. According to the announcement, the selection process will be competitive and merit-based, with one or more beneficiaries chosen from each local government area after a thorough screening. Interested applicants must have a minimum of 5 credits, including English and mathematics, and are required to submit their academic results along with their biodata, including details of their local government area and ward of origin, to the phone number 0803-298-2254 or via email at oneworldalliance@gmail.com on or before the application deadline of April 14, 2025. In a statement accompanying the announcement, Senator Moro reiterated his commitment to expanding opportunities for the youth of Benue South. Education remains the most reliable pathway to personal and communal transformation, he said. Through this initiative, we aim to equip our brightest but undeserved students with the tools to compete on a global stage. This foreign scholarship scheme marks another major milestone in Senator Moro's efforts to reduce educational inequality in his constituency, reflecting the broader vision of social mobility through academic excellence. In a rather disturbing report, Governor Babagana Zulum has raised a dire alarm over a sharp resurgence of Boko Haram activities in Borno State, warning that the hard-won progress in the fight against insurgency is being rapidly undone. Speaking during a special expanded security meeting in Maiduguri, the governor said terrorists now operate freely in several areas, including Wajirko, Sabongari, Wugo, and Izge, where military bases have been overrun and civilians, as well as security personnel, have been killed. Zulum, visibly frustrated, described the situation as a major setback despite years of investment and cooperation between the Borno state government and the Nigerian military. He called for urgent intervention from the federal government, urging the deployment of modern warfare technology and equipment, particularly in border areas vulnerable to infiltration from Chad, Niger, and Cameroon. While thanking President Bola Tinubu for ongoing support, the governor warned that the frequency of attacks and unchecked movement of insurgents in rural areas indicates Borno is losing ground in the war on terror. The Shehu Borno, present at the meeting, added a grim detail. 3 local government areas, Guzamala, Mate, and Abadam, remain entirely under Boko Haram control. He urged the federal government to rebuild key roads in those areas to help restore access and reclaim sovereignty. The warning comes amid growing insecurity across the Northeast as displaced residents and rural communities face a worsening humanitarian crisis due to renewed insurgent aggression. Meanwhile, George Turner, South-South Zonal Secretary of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), has accused allies of Bayelsa State Governor Duoye Diri of plotting to assassinate him and his family due to his political association with FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and support for President Bola Tinubu. In a letter dated April 7 and sent to President Tinubu through National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, Turner said he had fled his home and gone into hiding with his family due to mounting threats. According to Turner, plans were underway to launch a grassroots pro-Tinubu movement, the New Associates in Bayelsa, on April 12, but the move drew sharp hostility from Diri's camp. He alleged that recent State Security and Elders Council meeting branded him an enemy of the state and the Ijaw nation. He also cited a Facebook post by known Diri supporter Jonah Paebi, which he interpreted as a death threat. Turner, who once avoided jail time by paying a fine in a 2022 corruption case, said the escalating threats have severely impacted the mental health of his wife and children. He called on the federal government to intervene and uphold the political and civil rights of individuals across all party lines. Continuing, Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has urged African leaders to respond to US President Donald Trump's newly imposed trade tariffs by focusing on internal productivity, human capital development, and self-reliance. Speaking at the 2025 Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council Trade and Investment Summit, Obi stressed that Africa must stop depending on the West and start building stronger economies rooted in innovation, education, and agriculture. Trump's controversial Liberation Day tariffs, including a 14% hike on Nigerian exports, have sparked backlash across the continent. The U.S. claims the tariffs are in response to Nigeria restricting 25 American goods. Obi noted that Africa contributes only 2 to 3% of global trade and has a GDP per capita of $1,900, far below Asia's $9,000. He said the continent's youthful population and rich resources position it for greatness if properly harnessed. He added that Africa's $280 billion food and agriculture sector could rise to over $1 trillion by 2030, but only if governments invest in productivity and reduce reliance on imports. We need leaders that will move Africa up the global value chain, Obi declared. In another development, the Islamic movement in Nigeria, IMN, also known as the Shiites, has accused the Nigerian police of killing 27 of its members during and after a peaceful Free Palestine protest held on March 28 in Abuja. Addressing journalists, senior IMN cleric Sheikh Sidi Munir May Nasara claimed that 26 protesters were shot dead during the demonstration, while one, Huzaifa Mohammed from Katsina, died in police custody on April 7 at the Intelligence Response Team IRT facility in Guzape. May Nasara denounced what he called the government's double standards, noting that while Foreign Affairs Minister Yusuf Meitana Tugar criticized Israeli military actions in Gaza, the same government crushed local solidarity protests. This is martyrdom, and we hold the Tinubu administration fully responsible, May Nasara stated, vowing legal action and continued non-violent resistance. The group also accused authorities of systemic human rights violations and pledged to pursue redress in both Nigerian and international courts. Furthermore, All Progressives Congress APC chieftain Eze Chukwuemeka Eze has alleged a coordinated campaign by loyalists of FCT Minister Nyesom Wike to falsely accuse suspended Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara in a bid to prevent his return to office. In a Tuesday statement, Eze responded to a press briefing by George Nweke, who claimed Fubara orchestrated the bombing of the State Assembly complex and mismanaged billions of state funds. Eze said Nweke's wife later refuted the claims, revealing that her husband had resigned after being pressured to sign documents implicating Fubara in a $15 billion fraud. She alleged he was forced into making the allegations under political duress. Eze slammed the Wike camp for undermining reconciliation efforts ordered by President Tinubu and accused the sole administrator of Rivers State of leading a media propaganda war to destroy Fubara's political future. He warned that unchecked political manipulation would damage Nigeria's democratic integrity and called on Tinubu to resist false narratives and defend truth. Conclusively, member of the Kwara State House of Assembly representing Share Okeode constituency, Honorable Owolabi Olatunde Razak, has joined numerous well-wishers in celebrating Reverend COS Fawenu on the occasion of his birthday, describing him as a committed political and spiritual leader whose contributions to the development of Kwara State remain profound. In a goodwill message, Honorable Owolabi lauded Reverend Fawenu for his unwavering dedication to the progress of the state, particularly Ifelodun local government and the Babaloma community, where the clergyman has played an influential role in both civic and faith-based leadership. Reverend COS Fawenu is a rare figure who has combined spiritual calling with genuine concern for the development of his people, Honorable Owolabi said. He is a political leader who continues to inspire many through his commitment to community growth and public service. The legislator extended heartfelt prayers to the Reverend, asking God to continue to guide and strengthen him in all his endeavors. He acknowledged Fawenu's birthday as not just a personal celebration, but a moment of reflection on a lifetime of impactful leadership. As you add another year today, it is our prayer that the Almighty continues to perfect all that concerns you and remain your strength and source of inspiration, he stated. Speaking on behalf of his family, constituents, and the entire team Owo worldwide, Honorable Owolabi wished Reverend Fawenu many more years in good health and service to humanity. The tribute comes as Reverend Fawenu continues to be recognized across Kwara State for his leadership in both religious and political spheres, often described as a unifying figure whose influence spans several communities.
The papyrus, hoodie on my table, every